A long time ago, in a hot and sandy land called Egypt, the people of Israel were slaves. They worked hard every day, building great cities and lifting heavy stones. They cried out to God for help, and God listened. He chose a man named Moses to lead them to freedom. Moses was once a prince of Egypt, but now he was a shepherd. One day, while watching his sheep, Moses saw a bush that was on fire but did not burn. From the flames, God spoke to Moses and told him to go to Pharaoh, the king of Egypt, and demand, "Let my people go." Moses was afraid, but he trusted God. With his brother Aaron by his side, Moses went to Pharaoh many times. Each time Pharaoh refused to let the Israelites go, God sent a terrible plague: frogs, flies, hail, and more. Finally, after the last and most terrible plague, Pharaoh said, "Go, leave Egypt at once." The people of Israel packed quickly. They took their families, their animals, and their bread without waiting for it to rise. They left in the dark of night, following Moses to freedom. God led them with a pillar of cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night. But Pharaoh changed his mind. He gathered his army and sent hundreds of chariots to chase after Moses and the Israelites. Soon the Israelites came to the edge of the Red Sea. There was water in front of them, and Pharaoh's army behind them. The people were afraid. They cried out, "Moses, why did you bring us here to die?" Moses said, "Do not be afraid. Stand still and see the salvation the Lord will bring you today." Moses raised his staff over the sea just as God commanded. Suddenly, a mighty wind began to blow. The waters split apart, forming two great walls of water with a dry path right down the middle. The people of Israel walked on dry ground through the sea. Tall walls of water stood on their right and left, but they were safe. Pharaoh's soldiers chased after them into the sea, but when the last Israelite stepped onto the far shore, Moses stretched out his hand again. The waters crashed back together, covering the Egyptian army. Not one of Pharaoh's soldiers survived. The Israelites looked back at the sea and knew that God had saved them. They danced and sang songs of joy. Miriam, Moses' sister, picked up a tambourine, and all the women danced behind her, singing praises to God. From that day on, the people of Israel knew that God was with them. He had shown his mighty power and love by parting the Red Sea. Though their journey to the Promised Land would be long, they trusted that God would guide and protect them, just as he did that miraculous day by the Red Sea.